Hello, everyone. It's me, Michelle, and welcome to my channel, Simply Michelle. If you are new, I'm glad that you stopped by. Hopefully, you will decide to subscribe and become a part of the tribe. And if you are returning, thank you so much for your support. All right, y'all. Let's get into this. First things first, this is something that I wanted to talk about. So of course, I'm sure everyone has heard, and if not, you will be hearing it here first. But Big Sean and Janae Aiko have broken up. They're no longer together. Um, and Big Sean responds after social user drags Janae Aiko during their alleged breakup. It's frustrating having people say negative things towards her, though. So here's how it went down on X, aka Twitter. So Big Sean says he tweeted on some real S. I don't like this energy. I don't mind whoever saying wild S about me because I have a sense of humor and don't give a F. It's frustrating having people say negative things towards her, though. God bless. And then someone responded back saying that Big Sean and Janae Aiko have broken up after 10 years, and the women have been angry at Sean for quote unquote wasting Janae's time without marrying her. But here's what those same women are ignoring. The poster says Janae was once married to one music producer, Dot the Genius. Here's where it gets interesting. They said she cheated on her husband with Big Sean. She even got a tattoo of Big Sean while still married. Then went on to publicly kiss him on stage. All this while still married. All right. And so people had to, people weighed in on this. Um, and someone says her ex-husband literally abused her, but he gets sympathy because she ain't remain a victim. Also, she wasted her own time too. Love her down, but she stayed those 10 years willingly. Um, Someone else says, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought she was in the process of divorcing her husband due to him being abusive, allegedly, when she started dating Big Sean. And then we have another person that said his intention, talking about Big Sean, his intention with her was never marriage. It's not even with the new girl he's with. When he finds the one, we'll know. Personally, um, if you're gonna be together that long, honestly, I feel like put a ring on it. If you're gonna be together that long and if you're gonna have a child together, just like put a ring on it. However, I do understand that everyone does not want to be married. Um, and that's perfectly fine. Everyone has their opinions about that, but 10 years is a long time to be with someone and have a child and, get nothing out of it. So I haven't really followed this story that closely. Um, just the fact that, it started circulating that, Big Sean and Janae Aiko are no longer together. And it appears as though he has moved on. He's talking to someone else. Um, but what are your thoughts on this? Like, should people just stay out of it and mind their business? Um, What do you think? Someone says these think pieces on a 10-year relationship you know nothing about and thinking you ate using whilst. I really wish y'all would stop speaking facts on you don't people who don't know you exist. Um one thing I can say about Big Sean is, I do appreciate how, he came to Janae's, defense with the people who had something to say um, in regards to her. I mean, everyone has the right to their own, personal choices as to how they carry things out. I honestly, um, it just seemed like they would have, gotten married, but like I said, once again, everybody's views on marriage, is completely different, and we all have the free will to, decide for ourselves what we want to do. And then, sometimes we do settle when we should, sometimes we do settle when we shouldn't. But yeah. So drop down in the comments and tell me what you all think about that. Tell me what you think about that. And in other news today, the Supreme Court sides with Trump and reverses judge's order and blocks food stamp payments millions were waiting on. So, um, if you haven't been keeping up, um, so the Supreme Court was supposed to um, go ahead and do like a back pay to those people, to to the SNAP recipients who have not gotten their food stamps. Um, so I got this article also from the Neighborhood Talk. And it says, neighbors, things just took a serious turn. The U.S. Supreme Court has issued an emergency order temporarily blocking full SNAP food aid payments, putting millions of low income families at risk of losing access to their monthly benefits. This shocking move comes just hours after states began restoring food assistance following a federal judge's order to restart the nation's largest anti hunger program. Now that progress has been thrown into chaos as the High Court steps in, halting payments that millions depend on to eat. Advocates are warning this decision could lead to widespread food insecurity, especially for households already struggling to recover from weeks of missed benefits. Some families had just started seeing their EBT cards reload, only for everything to freeze again. It's unclear how long the block will last, but the uncertainty is sparking fear across the country. Um, and I went to the comments, and one of the things that I saw the most in regards to the comments on this issue is a quote from Tupac, um, in his song. I can't remember. I think it's "Keep Your Head Up." I think that might be the song. Don't quote me on that. But they got money for wars, but can't feed the poor. So that's something that a lot of people are. This situation is absolutely. I'm just in shock, and I'm truly at a loss for words. Um, with this situation with the food stamps, this is getting completely out of control. It's just getting completely out of control. Some other people were saying, I'm already seeing communities and businesses band together to make sure people are fed. So don't even let this get you riled up. We gonna take care of us. Um, Speaking of which, I was just flipping through my phone, and I saw a post from ABC 7 where a man in Pittsburgh has gone viral after working to fight food insecurity amid SNAP benefit cuts by setting up a food pantry in his own front yard. That's what's up. Um, he says people deserve to be fed. And that's true. It's so crazy that food is a necessity. It is not a luxury. It's not a want. It's a means to survival. It's a necessity. And to take something away from people that, helps them, that helps gives them the sustenance and the nutrients and help give them the means to survive on a day-to-day basis and to have nourishment. It's just wicked, it's cruel, it's twisted, it's disgusting. It's really pointless and stupid. It's like, what is the point? What is the point of this? So someone else says this man got to be blackmailing the Supreme Court judges. Ain't no way. And then someone else says, "Dear people, do what you got to do to feed them babies. Just don't resort to violence." And that's one of the things that's very concerning because I feel like it could get to that point. I'm praying that it does not get to that point, but I feel like it could get to that point. You're taking away something that so many people depend on, and this is not one class of people or one race of people. I mean, well, you know, the the lower class and the middle class, of course. The upper class, this isn't an issue to them. But I'm pretty sure they may have loved ones or parents of someone who may be on Social Security, disability, someone who's not as you know, fortunate financially, who is on some type of assistance. And so, everyone is being affected in some way, shape, form of another in regards to this. And my that's my thing. Like, what if people do resort to violence? What if people do? Because there are people who literally, I mean, they're living paycheck to paycheck. That SNAP benefits, those SNAP benefits, like, it helps, by the time you get finished paying for, paying the rent and paying utilities and, other things. You need your SNAP. It's a means to an end. So to take something like that away, and then if people do resort to violence, then what? I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do then if people do start to resort to violence and people do start to steal? I mean, what are you going to do? You can't look at somebody and say, "Well, oh, that's just who they are anyway." Or, "Oh, it's a shame." I mean, and yes, you know, it is sad that people would have to resort to that, but this is not their own doing. So it's just I don't I'm at a loss for words when it comes to this matter. But drop down in the comments and tell me what you think about this issue here. I just feel like it's disgusting. It's a very unfortunate situation. I mean, it's horrible. Think about the babies, the children that are going without meals, going without food right now. And thank God for people like the man in Pittsburgh and other people who are doing things to feed people and help people eat. You know, this is it's crazy. So 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 crazy. But you all, that is all that I have for today. I do hope that um, you enjoyed this. I will see y'all next time. Please don't forget to subscribe. There is definitely more to come. Um, and until next time, you all, let's pray for the people and let's just try to do whatever we can, to lift each other up, and help keep each other going, in these in these crazy times, um, that we are living in. This is such, we're we're getting to that point now where it's just, I think things are starting to I don't even want to go there. But everyone, enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your week, or enjoy your week. Whenever you click on this video and watch this, everyone, stay blessed. And until